dealer that he bought 3 trucks from us.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here at the original Goon Squad garage, and today we're going to continue working on our brand new build, the 2020 Audi R8 Disassembling. And as you guys seen in the previous video, we finally fired this sucker up for the very first time after doing a bunch of troubleshooting, checking all the wires, all the fuses. Then we finally reached out to B-Rogue, the company that installed the twin turbo kit on this sucker. Then they told us to buy a laptop from the Walmart, bought that sucker. They were able to tap into the car and basically pinpoint us to our problem, which was the throttle bodies were just unplugged, which that's just insane right there. Plug those suckers up and this thing just started spooling, sounding absolutely amazing. And now we want to move on to the next part of this process, which is basically fixing the body damages, or we can move on to fixing the suspension, but we don't have suspension parts, which that's the more exciting stuff, because if we get it on all fours, we can go ripping down the road, dude.
You got that right, but we're gonna have to order some of that suspension components.
Right.
But first, we gotta get this body looking right, dude.
Exactly, and what we're gonna do is start attacking that quarter panel right there from this side, and I know that's gonna take a good bit of time, so we'll just probably focus on one area at a time, pop that quarter panel off, and then we can possibly move on to the door and see if there's like any internal damages, which we might find some more damages. So that's why we're probably not gonna run to the dealership today. It's kind of in the afternoon. We'll run tomorrow, because if we gotta order more parts, we'll make a list.
Yeah, you got that right. So we're gonna pop, there's obviously gonna be a lot more stuff that we need to order. So we're gonna have a list on our side while we're popping all this stuff off, and we'll probably run to a dealership in the morning.
Yes, sir. So I say we go ahead, bring out some tools, start going at that quarter panel right there, and eventually try to pop that sucker off.
So that quarter panel is finally popped off, and that was actually way easier than the Lamborghini one because it's a lot shorter. I mean, this is like half the Lamborghini size because it like goes into 3 pieces, but look at that, man, super light. I mean, this thing is just beyond repair, and it is double walled, so it'll be super difficult to repair, but somebody out there probably is itching with their hammer, dude, right now, itching in the back trying to fix that. But you definitely want a brand new one. I actually bought one used off of eBay that will just slap right on there once we get it painted, but for the most part, we are just looking to see what else is damaged on this thing. Right off the bat, there's like a little bracket that bolts down to the quarter panel itself, which is not a big deal. You can either replace this and re-weld one, or you can just buy this little short bar, which that's what we did on the Lambo. We just found one on eBay and replaced it. That's something super simple right there. And also this bar right here is also broken. I mean, honestly, you can possibly just like bend this back into place and re-weld it, but I believe we purchased a new one, so we'll just cut it off and re-weld it right there. And also these lines got really close to being damaged. I think the wheel just like touched it, put a little ding in it, but they are still good. I mean, those suckers run all the way around the engine. You probably have to pop the whole engine to replace those, dude.
Oh, and that right there, and I wouldn't want to do any of that.
Yeah.
But another thing that we noticed is something about the frame, dude.
Yeah, so this whole entire little frame set, I mean, this whole frame is held up by all these little bars, which is crazy. I did notice it did slide a little bit. I already unscrewed it to see if it was under tension, and it already kind of popped back in its spot. Not all the way, but a little bit. And all we have to do is possibly just unscrew this whole entire frame section right here and just kind of move it a little bit. May even have to tweak the frame a little bit. We don't know just yet. It's just such a slight amount that if we toss on the quarter panel and do the alignment on this car and everything's 100%, we'll be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. We won't have to do any framework, which that would be awesome right there. Of course, these computers are kind of like all thrown all over the place. We'll have to zip tie some stuff, just sort everything out.
Yeah, and did we mention, I mean, you can now see this custom aluminum box for the intercoolers right here, which is super cool. Even has its own little pump right here that pumps all the way to the front, and I believe it's a little low, so I don't know if it's leaking or it just like escapes, just disappeared. So we bought special coolant for that. B-Rogue said we have to use like some VP Racing fluid in there, so we already ordered that. That way we can fill it up to the top and stuff like that. But for the most part, dude, everything is pretty pretty good up under here. It's looking really promising. The suspension, of course, we talked about it. It's tweaked, but we're calling the dealership. We're getting in touch to see if we can get one of those as soon as possible, you know?
Exactly, yeah. And then what we're gonna do right now is probably just move on to the front end section over here, this door and the side skirt, because there could be some hidden damages underneath there.
So our main thing is to see what this carbon piece right here, part of the tub, if it's damaged really bad or not, or if it's repairable, because we did get some inside scoop from the previous owner, and he said that his insurance said they totaled it because there was something damage to the carbon and something damaged like the frame damage or something like that. It could be like something as simple as this. So we're gonna have to pop all this off, make sure everything is good, and I mean, just go from there, honestly.
And are you guys open today? You guys are you guys open today? Can we swing by?
The truck is not sitting here. I can send you information or the VIN number. You can call and get the specs, but I'm going to be honest with you. There's another dealer that's bought 3 trucks from us, and he's trying to buy all 4 of these trucks right now as we speak.
All right, guys, so check this out. So we took apart a few more things, popped that door off, that side skirt, that bracket that holds that side skirt, and we just dug a little bit deeper where the main damage is over here. Even took off this little trim piece over here, and we got down to right here where it's actually pushed in a little bit. There's actually a piece of aluminum that runs right here, and honestly, you can probably pull that out right there, but the carbon fiber did crack a little bit. But once you pull this out, I think it'll kind of go back in its original spot, and you can easily fix carbon fiber. We fixed it before. You just buy the proper kit for that. But honestly, this is not like a main structural piece right here. This piece that's about this big that we tried getting at the dealership, but they just don't sell it. But I believe you can sometimes find it secondhand, like on eBay and stuff like that. But if you look inside this piece, that is actually the carbon fiber monocoque right there. That's like half of the car right there, and that's actually the structure component. This is just like a finished piece. That way it can just finish off the door jamb and everything else can get bolted down. That's why it has all the brackets and stuff like that, which we ordered these brackets. That way we can replace them. But other than that, I mean, if we can find this piece, we're definitely going to replace it. If not, we'll fix that. No big deal. And I mean, that's just a good sign that it didn't go completely through to the other side. You know what I mean?
That's not bad at all right there. So I think we're definitely going to save that. But like you said, if we find it, we'll end up replacing it. That's going to be a good bit of work, but we can take care of it.
Oh yeah, no problems. But we went to the dealership after running around to a few other places. Like, I mean, we're trying to buy dump trucks. I mean, it's super difficult to buy a dump truck nowadays. I guess it's because at the end of the year, everybody wants a dump truck for some reason.
That's right. And also we ran to a few other dealerships because like we're looking for possibly an SUV as a tax deduction.
Dude, just looking for tax deductions. That's just what you got to do whenever you're running the businesses and stuff like that. So anyways, we came back with more parts from the Audi dealership. It may not look like much. It's literally like a couple parts, but you know what? This is like $6,000 worth of parts, and we got some expensive parts right here. I mean, look at that. If the dealership had to put that on there, you know it's expensive. But this is actually a carbon fiber piece that goes on our side skirt, and this is actually OEM. Not Audi doesn't really put these on all their Audi R8s. This is only on certain models, maybe even models that you option out yourself. And we've seen that some Audis had that, and we wanted more carbon on this car because carbon's gonna look amazing on here. We ended up just purchasing this for $3,000. Found another used one on eBay for $3,000, but but it's the full actual side skirt. This is just a little piece that snaps onto it.
Yeah,
dude.
that's just like the carbon extension right there. So that was pretty pricey right there. But you know what? Now we're basically going to have the carbon package on this car as well.
Definitely. It's going to be super epic. And we got a bunch of other miscellaneous parts. Like these are all the little brackets and pieces. This is that radiator piece that we have to weld on there, which that's going to be pretty awesome. We can just weld a brand new piece on there. We may even go ahead and throw the radiator on and fill it up with some coolant, dude.
Ooh, that would be awesome right there. Warm this sucker up,
dude. Warm it up, see if the temperatures are all good and stuff like that. And a bunch of other miscellaneous. I mean, this is airbags, 2 roof airbags, seat airbag. We got something pretty epic. We'll probably get to that once we get that seat out over there. That bunch of other like big old brackets for that carbon fiber piece that slaps onto the quarter panel. I mean, we got a lot of stuff here. We did order more stuff as well that was on the list. That way we can have stuff moving. But right now, I say we move on to some of these new use parts that we picked up, you know?
That's right. We got a door and a quarter panel, and look at that, and a hood, of course.
Yeah, and a hood.
But look at that door, dude.
The door over there is super epic. It actually came off a 2020 Audi R8 race car, which it has like the graphic kit on it, which looks super cool. We may even go ahead and slide it onto the actual car itself. And I mean slide it because this door is built like a Jeep, man. You can literally slide these doors off, quick disconnect. That's just super epic. It's like built for race cars, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you like damage your old door, you swap it out and put on the new door, dude.
It literally takes 2 seconds to swap these doors out. And we may even open up our quarter panel and try to test fit it as well. That way we can check if it's good, there's no damages on it, and just see how this stuff looks.
Guys, so check this out. So we finally threw on these brand new used body panels right here, and I gotta say, this car is coming together before our very eyes. First off, we threw on this door right here, and I gotta say, that looks super neat, this race car door. And look what it says right here, Crowd Strike. I don't know what he struck right there, but he definitely struck something because this came off of a wrecked race car. Right
yeah,
there,
dude, a 2020 wrecked race car with like 300 miles, almost the same miles as our car, but I don't know if that's a last name or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but dude, that looks super cool.
Super cool right there, and it comes with everything that we need. So we got this door handle, and on the original door, the door handle is ruined, so we'll reuse that. But on the inside right here, it's got this door handle. Are we gonna keep that?
That's a race door handle. So I believe they run these doors completely gutted like the rest of the car.
Yep.
But dude, that race door handle is just pretty cool to have, you know what I mean?
Weight reduction right there at its finest. So hopefully all the internals from that door will actually just fit right up into this door. We will have to order the glass itself, but that's pretty much it. I think we'll have a complete door right here for a great deal. So
yeah.
Got that sucker on there, and then we slapped on this quarter panel right here. We didn't adjust it too much. As you can tell, this gap right here is about perfect. Look at that.
It's too perfect right there.
Perfect.
So just needs to go back a little bit, but for the most part, dude, this just looks good. It almost looks like the car's almost done, dude.
I'm telling you, man, it's almost there. It's almost ready to be sanded down and painted and all that good stuff, but we still got a good bit more to go. We did end up cleaning up these body panels because we were looking for damages. There's a little bit of scratches right there, and I believe there's a little bit of waviness somewhere right there.
I think there's a
And in
ding
the
back
back
here somewhere, so we'll have to fix something right there, but nothing too crazy, dude.
Yeah, super easy. I think from the dealership, these parts would have been about double or triple, so we went on the good old eBay and we got it for about half the price there, and we got that thrown on right there, and then we moved on to the radiator right here, which we just got it kind of just hanging loosely. This is an eBay part 2 right here, and we filled up the coolant and we fired the sucker up, got it warmed up to temperatures, had it idling for about 10 minutes, and the main reason for that was to just basically check the oil capacity or the oil level, and it still wouldn't read for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because this car car's not even broken in yet.
Yeah, I mean, the oil light is on. It says to change the oil. Maybe if that's on, it won't allow you to check the levels.
Right.
But anyways, it runs good. I mean, we had this thing idling for like an hour or something just to see how everything functions.
Yep.
I mean, it sounds good, dude.
It sounds pretty good, other than once you rev it up pretty high and then it starts coming down on the low end of the RPMs, it will start to kind of bog for some reason.
Yeah.
There could be some sort of issue, honestly, maybe a boost leak, or maybe one of these clamps right here is loose like we mentioned before, or maybe like a vacuum leak. We definitely got to look into this turbo kit 100% and maybe just make sure everything is connected properly.
Yeah, we may even get B-Rogue on the computer again and get in the brains of this car to see what's going on. Maybe they have to tune it a little bit, or maybe they can tell us the issue. Could be something simple.
We'll definitely tell them to tune it up. That way this sucker can spit some flames,
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, it's not going to spit flames now because it has
cats.
stock cats and headers, but dude, I say we change that up, dude.
Definitely. That would be insane. We got to have something that spits flames. I don't think any of our cars right now...
The Ferrari does. The Ferrari
it
does spit flames a little bit, but nothing like a twin turbo kit would spit flames,
we want
dude.
flames on demand, you know, or on command, you know what I mean?
on downshifts, dude.
Or that right there. But also, we will definitely order an oil kit and probably change the oil ourselves. That way we could go ahead and get that marked off our list.
This
you know
thing
what I mean?
ain't even broken in. I believe 1,000 miles when the car's actually broken in, dude.
Dude, definitely got to do that right there because somebody just went crazy with this thing. Didn't even break it in and twin turboed it right there.
That's how you do it right there, dude.
But anyways, what we're going to move on to next right now is probably try to straighten out this suspension right here, because we ended up actually ordering that lower control arm off of eBay as well, but it's going to be a couple more days. And we just want to get this sucker possibly just driving around in the parking lot right there, dude.
We want to test it out. We want to drop it down and drive it out there. So I say we can like hammer that control arm down, straighten everything else up, and just wait on the new suspension. But for now, dude, we want to test it.
Yeah,
dude.
we want to test it. Not only are we just going to test drive it in the driveway right here, we also want to get it moving around. That way we could possibly do like some wet sanding, get it ready for wet sanding outside, because we like to wet sand outside.
Yeah, just position it in different ways, maybe pull it up forwards and stuff like that, and just have it moving, dude.
Yeah, so I say we go ahead, lift this sucker up, maybe pop off a few things right here, straighten out the suspension, and hopefully test drive this thing. Alrighty guys, so there you have it. We finally drove this sucker for the very first time. And I gotta say, it looks super sick, just sitting super low to the floor. Of course, we threw on all 4 Lambo wheels because we wanted to make sure that they're all the same size, because this is all-wheel drive, of course, and we don't want to risk ruining anything. Then we just turned it around over here, did a little bit of test driving on the spot, on the premises right here, and then you bounced off that rev limiter, and the camera couldn't even pick it up, dude.
This camera can't pick it up, and it sounds absolutely insane in person. I mean, this thing, honestly, if it had headers on here, it would probably be shooting flames, dude.
100%, dude. And I think that's what we might do. We might have to throw some headers on this thing and allow this sucker to just straight up be a flamethrower out the back. But other than that, man, I think that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. We are making some major progress here. We even got a hood. We showed you guys a little glimpse of it. We just got to toss it on there, start wet sanding a few things. Of course, we got suspension. And basically, we got to order this wrap right here because we are keeping it the same color. And we got to go ahead and get ready to wrap it that satin black. I think it's going to look super sick. We're definitely going to go with some new wheels, I think. We were going to keep those, but I don't think we're going to be on schedule with those wheels. We might just go with a complete different company. I'm thinking Boston's, honestly.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, HHR or HREs are just just super backed up, like half a year or something like that. We're going to get this thing done way sooner, dude.
Oh, yeah, 100% right around the corner. And also, I definitely like how the black wheels look, and they're kind of dusty, and it almost gives it that matte effect.
What if we did matte wheels,
black wheels, dude? That might be an option, but you know what? You guys are going to have to let us know. Definitely let us know in the comment section down below, but also make sure post notifications are on so you don't miss out on anything. And also, if you want an inside scoop before YouTube, definitely give us a follow on Instagram at goonzquad. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments and thoughts down below. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.